Hey, you. Are you a furry? Are you a furry who wants to be a YouTuber? If so, then you came to the right place. In today's video, I invited a few of my friends to share how they make their videos to make Novely Super Ultimate Extreme Deluxe Guide to be a cool, snazzy, furriest furry YouTuber of all time. Trademark. But in order to get a head start in being a furry YouTuber, you first must figure out your branding. Well, what's a brand, you may ask? Well, in the YouTuber context, your brand is your name, icon, format, symbol, or any other feature that distinguishes you and sets you apart from other YouTubers. The most easiest form of branding is your username. Like mine, for example, is Novely. Though if you search it up, you get this. So I'm changing it up to Novely JPEG because all my other socials use it and it just helps the YouTube search bar. So before you start posting content, make sure you have a username uniquely to you. Don't have a username like, oh whoa, I'm dumb but Tom Nook is extremely hot, 69. You have to create and find a name that's not only appealing but recognizable. Maybe use your persona name like I do and add a cool wordplay with it. What's a persona, you may ask? Well, it's a furry persona of you. There's already plenty of tutorials on how to make one, and I assume you guys already have one, so I'ma skip that part real fast. But an important part when designing your persona for YouTube is to make it iconic. Before you think your persona is ready to be in the spotlight, you got to ask these questions. Will people confuse my persona as another character? How will people recognize your character? Do they come with a personality of their own? These questions can help you stick out from the crowd instead of seeing the same species with a different color bandana. Like me, for example, my character is a great cute cat boy. What sets me apart from other great cats is that I not only have a super cool scar on my eye and torso, but I also have a unique sweater design and crown that sets me apart from the other cats out there. Also, don't forget your branding also relates to your icon and YouTube banner, and even a watermark if you choose to include it in your videos. You also have to find a style that's unique to you. When you want to begin YouTube, you have to enter with a game plan. The main question to ask is, what's my content? What will I be known for? Well, lucky for you, there are a lot of options. You can be a fursuiter, PNG tuber, commentator, drama commentator. You can be a furry whatever, the list goes on. And what better way to illustrate that than giving my fursuiter buddy Shrapnel the microphone?
What's up, my dudes, and thank you very much to Novely for inviting me onto his YouTube channel. I just want to quickly talk about myself. I am a furry YouTuber. I do fursuit vlogs, fur meat videos, that kind of stuff, going to conventions, all that kind of good stuff. I've been doing it about a year, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. When it comes to how I do it, I mostly do it with my phone camera. It is a Samsung Galaxy S22, and it's my everyday phone. It just happens to have a camera that does video. For my home setup, I have a 20 quid tripod that I bought off Amazon one day, and a makeup ring light that you're supposed to be using to apply pretty makeups to yourself. But I find it's great for applying pretty lighting to a video. Other things that I find extremely useful is scripts. If you can see that, it's paper stuff. I've just printed it off my computer back here. It helps me keep on track when I'm making these videos and not ramble off into the distance with random tangents, which is what I'm doing right now. Now, once the video's actually all recorded and all that good stuff's done, we get to the editing process. And when I first started out, I used a program called Adobe Premiere Rush on my phone. And it was a nice, free, quick little program that I could use while I was on the train to work. Now, since getting a little bit more advanced with my skills, I have advanced to using my computer back here. And if we turn the screen on for you guys, you will see that I'm in the middle of editing a video for my own channel, and this is using a program called DaVinci Resolve, which I'd like to credit to my good friend Lord Suka for putting me onto. It gives you a little bit more control. It does take longer to do. Doing it on the phone, I could do it on a train journey to work in about an hour. Doing it on this, it takes about 3 or 4 hours to do a video. But I find I get a much nicer result, and it can do higher quality video. My phone can go up to about 1080p, whereas this is just like the sky's the limit. It's how good is your computer. So yeah, that is the equipment I use to make my videos, how I make them, all that kind of good stuff, and the software I use to actually edit the videos. I hope you enjoyed this little segment. If you did, drop Novely a like, subscribe to the dude. He's way underrated. This dude needs all your love, and I want you guys to have the most excellent day, an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next random clip on someone else's YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Ta.
Well, now that you know who you are on the platform, how do you start your YouTube adventure? Well, it's easy as turning on your camera and just recording something. Well, it would be anyways. Point is, as a furry, you have lots of ways to form your content. You can do face cam and let people see your lovely face, but if you're self-conscious, then if you have a fursuit, then put it on. Let yourself get comfortable. We already just witnessed a YouTuber who was using their fursuit to make content, and you can do that too. But what if you don't have the money? Then what's the next best thing? Well, you're looking at them, baby. Not me in particular, but what I'm using. And these are called character stills, and they're a good option that we furries also use when we decide to make videos. It's an easy way to convey your emotions using your persona in various poses and expressions. You may see other YouTubers use it in the past like Beta Ada Delota, Majira Strawberry, Toby Larone, etc. But how do you get these stills? Well, you can commission an artist to do it for you. Or you can be the 1% blessed who gains another artist's attention and they decide to be the godsend they are and still do it for you without paying a dime. Or with enough art skills under your belt, you can do some for yourself and completely for free, though it is a very tiresome process. But once you choose how to convey yourself, you also have to start scripting your videos. It not only saves you from repeating common words like ums and uhs, but also you can take time to get what you want to say to be perfect. I script my videos and it makes it way easier to record when I take a look at what I want to say. These are the videos I didn't script for, and compare that to the rest of my videos I scripted, it's pretty evident that the scripted ones are slightly better quality. You also need to find an editing software and audio recording software. There's tons of free ones available if you don't want to pay a subscription or for any fancier ones. Also, a cheap USB microphone hooked up to your computer can do the trick, though your phone could work just as well, maybe even better. Well, with the starting basis covered, I think it's time for you to send a friend request and learn how to network. But not before we have a little bit of a turtle time.
Hi there, I'm Kame the Turtle. So you want to set up a YouTube channel and you want to make it furry. You might be interested in making it informative, taking pieces of information and dispensing it to others. This could be things like members of furry YouTube such as Stormy Wolf, the Kari Room, and Misha B. Barkin. All of these are big, or at least bigger, known furry YouTubers. However, there are a slew of smaller ones out there as well. I personally try to keep it to topics relating to the furry fandom. But how do I find these topics, you might ask? I'm going to give you 3 examples of videos I have done in the past, and how I found them. The first video up is all about kigurumis, those animalistic baggy PJs you will see people wearing at conventions and meets. That one I was curious about myself, and wanted to know more about. I figured if I wanted to know more about them, others might as well. So I reached out to a maker within the fandom who produced kigus, short for kigurumis, and asked them for more information about them. That's a great place to start. Take topics that you want to know more about and explore. The second video up is actually about Apollo, aka the Starbucks Furry. That one, I saw a trend happening where furry YouTubers were talking about this guy. So you could get information from watching your favorite YouTubers. If you see 2 or more talking about the same topic, there might be something there for you to do as well. Put your spin on. You might dig up some information that others have not, or share it in a new light that others haven't yet. The third video I did was all about fursuit glasses. There's actually a company out there called fursuitglasses.com. Hashtag not sponsored. I actually saw a post on Reddit talking about them, and I was curious about them. Once again, I thought they were interesting and wanted to know more. So going through social media is a good place to find ideas for topics to talk about. It could be about how to run a meet, how fursuits are made, drama within the fandom. Trust me, there's a lot of that. Trust me on that. Those are the three primary ways I personally find topics I want to talk about in my videos. Personal interest, social medias, and watching your fellow furry YouTubers for any trends happening. Something I try to do in my videos is include art from artists within the furry fandom. But I always try to ask for permission to use the art. At the very least, it's a courtesy to the artist, giving them the option to say yes or no. Some artists may not want to share their works in videos. They might jump out of the channel. You never know who will say yes. It will also help you get your name out there by at least sharing it to one person directly, who may then share it with their followers. If you at least credit any art pieces used in the video to the appropriate artist, then chances are they may have a chance to get new followers from your video. And if they follow you in turn, you get a new follower and potentially more from their fan base, assuming they share the video with their fans. By the way, still nice to ask permission, right? I know I would like someone to ask permission to use my work in the video. Shout out to Novely for letting me be part of his project. I hope to see it later. Johnny.
Easily one of, if not the most important thing to do as a creator. You see, my furry companions, being a creator, especially all by yourself, is where most people start. It's a good place to start for a while, because ultimately you have the final creator decisions and you can focus more on yourself. But take it from me, you can only get yourself so far when you start out. It's possible to get all big by yourself, and it's happened a lot. There's good examples of that. But me personally, I feel like once you begin to network, well, let me put it in a less business way. I feel once you begin to talk and be friends with other creators, then that's when you kind of start to get recognized a bit. Take it from me though, I don't comment on people's channels that much or like videos and or sub at all. But after I started to get serious about YouTube, you can see me comment on people's YouTube channels from time to time. And my subscription box getting a lot bigger, I'll tell you that much. Once you make some YouTube buddies, you guys can give each other tips and just boost each other's videos. And you get to be a part of a YouTuber group, and who wouldn't want that? You can be a part of a YouTube group and be exposed to many more other friends and creators that you wouldn't even meet when given the chance. Heck, they don't even have to be YouTubers. Just make friends and y'all are bound to brainstorm some banger content. Though, I can't stress this enough. Please don't make friends with other creators just so you can get them to give you exposure or something similar. If you're going to be friends with people for the sake of getting exposure or clout, then you're not really their friend. Using myself as an example, I'm a very shy person online. Or, well, when it comes to talking. With the YouTuber friends I have, I didn't even mean to make friends with them, to be honest. It kinda just happened. Cause honestly, I don't feel good about myself to put myself out there. And I'm sure everyone else is too busy to have a chat with little old me. So, you can imagine my surprise when I have some pretty dope YouTubers talk to me. I even got into a shout out video, which I never thought would be possible. I just woke up to that notification and it really made me smile. I'm so grateful to them as well. I've been watching their content for a while, so for me to be mentioned in their video, it was such a lovely experience. Well, enough about me. Point being, if you're going to be friends with a creator online, you've got to ask yourself these questions. Are you using them for exposure, or do you want to be friends with them? What are your or their intentions? Do they have a malicious past or image? And well, now that we're talking about not doing things, let me tell you what not to do for being a furry YouTuber. So, I've been telling you what to do for a YouTube channel. Now it's time to tell you guys what not to do. And as a furry YouTuber, I'ma just give it to you straight. Don't use cropped furry you-know-what as YouTube thumbnails. Honestly, what the hell is with you people? Yes, it gets the clicks, but come on man, kids are present. And before you make the argument, oh, well, duh, kids aren't supposed to be looking at that stuff, then maybe don't make it into a YouTube thumbnail. Also, you can't possibly tell me teens don't lie about their age online to get past the kid restrictions. Now, I mean, take it from a young fur themselves, that stuff makes me uncomfortable. I've seen YouTube comments like, I only came here for the thumbnail. Like, people, even teens, are gonna get curious and search up that thumbnail to get the uncropped version. 8 out of 10 times they succeed. Also, why even do tier lists about furry you know what comics? Even toys for that matter. Well, to be fair, for the toys review, they're age restricted. Then again, teens lie about their age. And also for the furry comic video, that one wasn't age restricted. Cause I've seen that video. To be fair, no bits were shown or any comic pages for that matter. But not naming names on who's been doing stuff like that, even if you think your audience are adults, there are some minors that will eventually watch your content and slip through the cracks. Just don't freely be all sex positive on YouTube. That's kinda weird, man. Also, be sure to do your research when you're making a commentary video on something, and just know what you're getting into. Last thing you need is to make a video while you're underprepared. Don't be on a moral high ground and be a vigilante. Sometimes the best way to make an opinion is to not express one at all. You don't need to put your 2 cents about everything or step into the ring all the time. The point of being a content creator is to bring joy to people and to inform people. Though yes, content creators who protect people from malicious people are a thing, but you not only have to have very thick skin, but also know exactly what to do for handling something like that. And not just do it because you can get views and go viral. Which leads me to my last point is just don't do YouTube for the sake of being famous or just to get money eventually once you're able to be monetized. I hate to break it to you guys, but you won't find overnight success. YouTube, believe it or not, takes work and is highly competitive. And once you start, you'll soon realize you have to put everything you have into it to keep a consistent upload schedule, make sure everything is well edited and scripted, and even planning what the background music and how the video is going to look overall. YouTube takes a lot of time. I mean, take it from me, honestly. I mean, I had this video scripted and ready to go since August. And what is it now? Oh yeah, it's October. Point being, YouTube and videos sometimes takes a long time to make. And being popular has a lot of downsides, from expectations to just getting hated on. You'll find that at some point you'll have some unwanted attention. So just remember, YouTube will be a tiresome journey and should only be pursued with the intention of just being an average Joe making content for people. And we'll be taking a look at the hardest worker I've seen on YouTube, Blaine the Aussie.
First of all, thank you, Novely, for the opportunity to collaborate with you, and congratulations on passing 100 subscribers. I'm certain your channels are going to grow more as time goes on. So a little more about myself. My name is Blaine. My persona species is an Australian Shepherd, hence my channel name, Blaine Aussie. I was actually featured briefly in the Simping Personas video, so that could be possibly be why I might seem familiar. I suppose I can call myself a PNG tuber since I use character stills to present myself. Though when I get my fursuit, I'll definitely be wearing it on my channel. Now for anyone out there looking to start their own YouTube account, here's what I use personally. For most of my latest videos, I use this Rode microphone. It's something you just connect to your phone and then I'll like screen record my voice with the good old voice memos app that'll come with the iPhone. It's nothing fancy, but so far it's been working on really well. Then I put these recordings onto Google Drive, I'll head on over to my computer, I'll download from there, and then I put the audio files into my editing app, Animatica. It's a Windows app that isn't exactly free, but you only pay a one-time fee of $15.99, so it's fairly cheap. And for my gaming videos, I use this Turtle Beach headset and mic that comes with it as well. I want to say that's everything. Again, nothing special, but I'm probably going to get a new microphone for when I actually start making videos in fursuit. As for tips and advice for what kind of videos to make, I'd say keep a balanced mix of what you want to do the most, and then also what's trending, what you think will get your channel the most views. Especially when starting out, feel free to delve your paws into several different topics and find out which ones stick. A good thumbnail and title also does wonders for your chances of getting more views. Those are the first two things your audience will see, so you need to give them a good first impression. But most importantly, be passionate about the content you make. Let your true personality show, because people will appreciate you for being different. And of course, have fun. If you sound like you're having fun and know what you're doing, people will stick to your channel even if they don't find the topics you'll cover interesting. That's about all I've got. Back to you, Novely.
So, you're probably thinking to yourself, after this is all said and done, why is a furry YouTuber with what? 100 subs at the very least is telling me how to be a YouTuber? And I'm thinking the same thing. Why should this freaking low-level scum talking to me tell me how to grow on this platform and start a channel? Well, you see, losers, after I hit 100 subs, I wanted to make a little guide for other channels and see if it helps them hit 100 subs as well. I'm not here to tell you the hack to get views quick, or am I here to tell you how to get popular? But I am here to say how you should lay the groundwork to start a YouTube journey that's more humble and sweet. Don't make the current mistakes that other YouTubers have already made and is sticking with it. We need to redirect the YouTube space for furries to be more lighthearted and fun, and to make content that's not only diverse, but is able to revive the furry YouTube space once again. And not get the same cookie cutter formula you'll begin to see online with furries. And who better to see a cookie cutter example of a YouTuber than with your boy, Novely. So, if you come across my content, then you know I do bottom of the barrel content. And how does this kid make his content? Quite simple. First comes the idea. Sometimes, yeah, the idea train does stop from time to time. How do I get the ideas? I just live my life until an idea pops up and I see if I can run with it. Other times, I put them on the back burner until I have a concrete idea of what the video will be. Or I sometimes have to force an idea out. But when I have an idea that I'm hooked with, I just laser focus full force into it. I then proceed to write the script in Google Docs and revise it to make it sound pretty good. Then I hop in the closet and record my lines. At first, I used to record with my snowball mic and with my computer, but I since moved on to the iPhone's voice memos, which sounds pretty studio quality if I can edit everything right. Though, honestly, for some videos, it's honestly a gamble. For editing, I use a program called Olive 1.0. Once you mess with it and download some community-made stuff, which is optional, I found that it's pretty easy to use as a desktop application and gets the job done. I recommend using the audio files as waves because it makes it so much easier to export without it bugging. And the best part, it's free. Literally everything I use to make my video is free. Heck, even my stills are made using a free art application called Krita and with my art skills. Though practice makes perfect, and you have to go through some rough patches before you gain enough experience to make something remarkable. Last but not least, I novelify my videos by adding a spooky code for the viewers to decode, like this. And that's how I make my videos. And finally, the outro. Hopefully, this video isn't boring to sit through and y'all actually learn something, or at the very least have a rough idea on where to start. Huge shout out to my friends for pitching in to give their knowledge and tips on how they do what they do. Couldn't have done it without them. I don't want to keep you guys longer than you guys have to be, so subscribe if you guys want to, and join my Discord server or follow me on, my platforms or whatever. And psst, between you and me, yes, there is a furry YouTube Illuminati circle. But don't tell people I told y'all because they're watching and I could be in some very deep water. They are legion and they are watching. And I am Novely and I am logging off.